AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Stouffer's. Here comes three-time juggling champion Natalia Rogers. She's juggling law school, her TA job. Oh, narrowly catches the laundry. What's that fourth ball? Parents unexpectedly showed up at dinner time? Is that too much for Natalia? Not with Stouffer's Chicken Alfredo and its mouth-watering mix of Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. When you're juggling four things at once and the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you, I guess technically, into our podcast, is what we're doing this episode. My name is Justin. I am your humble host, and you could call me Band Curious, or, Band Curious. I may have been the most band curious I've ever been in 2025. So we are doing a best of episode, and we don't do best ofs like most places do best ofs. Most places just kind of do clips. I'm far too lazy to do clips. I'd rather have yet another conversation. These were born for reasons, but those reasons won't be talked about. John, you're coming back to the fold on the best of this year. So, and, actually, before I get there, we don't talk about this like on quote unquote air a whole lot, but we've talked about it a couple times on After the Fact. I wanted to point out that in 2025 specifically, you jumped in and helped me a lot with a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with like scheduling, and, you were always good at, getting the playlists together. But you helped with scheduling, you helped with getting people. We have like a spreadsheet where getting who's on what panels and collecting names. A lot of the maybe we call it secretarial. Like I don't know what we call it, but like you've definitely helped out a lot in 2025. You really jumped in and helped me a lot. So I just wanted to say right off the top, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. That's very nice. I have to give credit to my lovely wife for the spreadsheet. That's her area of expertise. She did most of the work on that. She just showed me how to do it. But yeah, like, thanks for having me back. Like I've said I've been doing these like 8 years now, almost 8 years. It's so much fun, and I wish I could do them all. But I love being on this show. It's like, it always like there's a little bit more weight behind it, because like you're talking about a whole year, and like all the panelists throughout the whole year, like whether they were on one episode or 10 or 15 or 3, they all like put their hard work into it. And you want to validate that. I want to take that seriously. So this is something that I don't do lightly. It would be easy to come on, like, I think the first year, and I'm just gonna pick like the bands I like and the punk songs, because that's my wheelhouse, but I try really not to do that. I try to make a list of like the best songs of the year, and like most of the people do a pretty good job of picking like the song of the band, like, the number one, like, with some notable exceptions, which we'll get to. Sure. But no, thank you so much. Like I love helping out. Anything I can do to make your Herculean task easier is like that's my pleasure. So yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
So Gavin, this is your second year doing the and I loved what you brought to the table last year with the stats and stuff, and so we'll get to that again. But like, what was 2025 like in deprogram for you, and how did you approach this year's episode?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I love I've always loved listening to the best of the year episodes, and it was cool. I got to do it last year, and I kind of was just like, okay, that was my moment, and then got asked back, and so I'm stoked to be here. It's always cool to be on with Justin, of course, and John is like one of my favorite people to do this with. And then I'm a big fan of Chris's episode.
Oh, right on, man.
Dude, I've listened to all your episodes, like the ones where you and John get into like the real obscure, like 90s and early 2000s shit. It's just like so fun, and like you bring so much passion to it. I really love the last one where you guys were talking about like pop punk. How did pop punk start, and like what did it used to mean, and well, anyway, that's for next year.
My rant on that episode
Yeah, that was
about
great.
how
It
we've
was
lost our
solid,
way as a
man.
country.
Yeah,
It was
because
solid, man.
Yeah.
yeah. It was a good year. I mean, you guys were posting like John posted like, dude, I think this may be the best year yet. And Justin, you were like, yeah, there's like almost every song is in contention for my list. Like, it was a good year. And then I don't want to steal Chris's thunder, but like he was just saying, dude, it's a fucking wild split of bands from like super obscure, like really fun punk shit to like the most like standard kind of classic rock stuff that we saw. This was a big year for classic rock on Deprogrammed.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in some 80s shit. Like that's my jam, like the new wave, the post-punk stuff. So I loved it. I mean, I don't know, Justin, if you're doing like a little year in review, but I mean, just to throw out a couple things. Is that cool if I throw out a couple
Sure.
things from the year?
Have at it.
So we did the REM Championship
Yeah.
edition this year, which for the people that don't know, John put together pulled all their records and like really divvied them up in this cool way. And we did 5 episodes, narrowing our songs down, and then one fucking bloodbath at the end. It was
We
smoke.
almost lost somebody along the way, but it worked out.
Somebody almost had to go to the hospital.
No shit.
Yeah, they got real upset. It was, but they brought the passion, man. It was funny. It was a 5-person panel, and I feel like there were 2 people really in like the 90s camp, and like 2 kind of old school like IRS people, and then John. John was the margin walker, bro. And he was like, he like totally understood both sides and kind of walked that tightrope. But for anybody who hasn't listened, that was really fun to do.
Habitual line walker, John.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Margin walker.
Getting a reputation on this thing.
Walker. And then Justin took a fucking road trip this year, and the pictures were so cool and fun, and that looked really cool.
Yeah. And I mean,
I was there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you bring up the road trip, and this year you're here, Chris, to talk about the year for 2025. So talk to me about, your year on Deprogrammed in 2025.
It was cool, man. I'm really glad being on with you guys. It's an honor to do the year-end show. Thank you so much. This was the year I stepped up a little bit. We did a couple bands I chose, and I think it went okay. I had the stroke of genius to go to the Mets game, and then you were like, let's do a live episode. And I was like, all right, well, we haven't done some real dumb shit that I like yet. So that's why I was like, gotta be Cheap Trick. There's nothing else. I think I threw out a couple other ideas, but nothing really had the teeth that Cheap Trick had.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get to do more like Trans Am radio rock shit with you guys. I got to get in and do like a Thin Lizzy episode or something, if that hasn't been done already. I really enjoyed doing some of the more obscure bands that are close to me. Getting to do Plow United, which I don't know if it came out this year.
I think
that was, but I did it.
Out. Yeah.
All right, I did it this year. Like we recorded it this year, so I'm gonna count it. Doing that was a joy for me because like, if anybody ever asked me what Sketchy, my band's biggest influence is, I always say Plow United. We did my favorite band in Latterman and in Lifetime. I said in both episodes, I don't know if anybody caught the joke. that I just acted like they were both my favorite band because they both are. uh, uh, and like, you know, we did the whole family. I think for me, I like to think about goals, right? And like, we've been talking a lot about doing lookout bands. I think we do like a lookout suite this year.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like rock it. Like just go down every significant artist from that label. Cause I don't know if anything, but like, I don't know if y'all did Op Ivy or anything really from that era, but
Technically.
okay, cool. Well, I mean, we'd have to touch on it, you know, but I think we should hit that, early California, like post hardcore.
I'm so down.
Yeah, that whole era would be great. But I'm stoked to be here, and I appreciate getting a bigger role, and I'm really sorry for what I'm gonna say about Pink Floyd tonight.
Well, you really just kind of walked into like one of the coolest things I thought about 2025 is that we had that rotating punk. It was John, it was Chris, it was David for most of them, where we just tackled like one whole family, which I thought was like a neat approach to take on bands, and it was a way to keep a panel together and keep working on stuff. So like it served double purposes. Me and my constantly trying to schedule shit brain was like, fuck yeah, I've got a panel that I can turn something around in 3 weeks. But we were all like in that same general area. It kept us, working on stuff. It was a lot of fun. And, as Gavin mentioned, we had the road trip this last year, which was so cool. And I mean, we covered a lot of musical ground. A lot of artists that, I don't think I mean, again, this I could literally say every year, like a lot of bands that I probably just never would have gotten to. In my song choices, it was just, I think this was like a brutal, usually I have a really good idea what I'm going to do for my 15. I didn't this time. Like, John, you kind of already touched on it when you're putting together 15, like, because the rules are going to change just a slight bit this year. We just each have 15. When you're putting together your 15, like, I know you already kind of touched on it. Was there more thought to it than, because as you mentioned, you could just pick the ones that you're on, and that's the easy way out.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking again. I think I was on more than 15 episodes, so I wouldn't even be able to pick all the ones that I was on. But yeah, I mean, I try really hard not to just, be the homer for the punk and the underground stuff that I like. I try to make a well-rounded list of, like, when we go back and look, what were the songs that stood out. And I know you like to, I don't want to steal your thunder, but you have another criteria that you look at. But I try to work into that a little bit, like what were the episodes that stuck out to me. And I mean, yeah, a lot of classic rock this year, not as much like maybe straight up punk as we've done in the last few years, but a really good The only thing, like, not a lot of hip hop, not a lot of rap, which we got to work on.
Yeah,
like,
sadly.
we got to get some more of that represented next year. I got some ideas, but it was tough. Like, it would have been great to have had 18. I think there's 3 that really hurt that I didn't get to put on there, and I'm sure those will come up and it'll be painful. But I think I have a good mix of, like, the things that I was on that I really, really liked, and the things that I wasn't on that stood out to me and deserve a spot.
So before I ask Gavin the same question, I want to ask you this, John. Is there like a conversation, whether it be about a song or like an opening conversation or something that really stuck out about an episode you were on this year? Putting you on the spot. Usually I don't ask these questions.
Yeah. The thing that I remember, the thing that stuck out to me the most is actually you being really excited about the Mets pick, because that was one that you liked, and you were like, and we kind of were along, and you were like, wait a minute, what? Like, that's the one that I liked. So that one that stuck out to me when I was looking back on it. Yeah, it's so tough because like you don't want to like
Tip your hand.
go back and yeah, but um Silver Jews really stuck out. That episode was cool. Going and picking that one. That was a fun one. Um yeah, Sam I Am, going back a long way,
Mhm.
back to January of last year. Um that song really stuck out, and just um yeah, I mean I could go on and on, but that Mets one I think was the one that stuck out.
So, Gavin, when you're looking at this overall, 51 songs, and we each get 15, like, is this something like, do you have a set criteria when you're starting to pick your songs for this?
Yeah. I don't know if it's a criteria. It's a little overwhelming, like the ways that the angles that you can kind of go, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
play it straight up the middle, listen to the songs, and pick your 15 favorite songs, right?
Right.
Like I'm just getting the best playlist, But I more think about it like kind of like this is kind of like I don't know, like a celebration of the show, right?
Yeah.
So I look at the different panels, and instead of doing album representation, I try to lean into panel representation, like who really showed up, what panels really like put out some effort and some work, and like, can I find a way to like pick one of the song, honor that panel and the work that they did? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like, um, I don't know. There's other considerations. I mean, oh, the thing that's the big thing for me is like passion and like when the episode's really good. And sometimes there's like a fucking really great episode where people are really duking it out and there's people are giving really great speeches. And then I just don't care about the song. Like I don't like the song. I don't care about
Yeah.
So that's a conundrum, or vice versa. Like I love the song in the band and the episode felt just kind of like, okay, like that was like whatever. That was an okay episode. So it's kind of like the best of, what does the best of mean? You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then the conundrum is always what you were saying. Like, obviously, you want to pick all your panels and songs because you brought them to the table. Like, you love that shit and care about it. I did pretty good. I did about halvesies. I had 8 that weren't mine and 7 that were mine.
So let me ask you the same question I asked John. Is there like a conversation or a moment from an episode you were on this past year that really sticks out to you?
There's a bunch. I mean, I was on some fucking really good panels this year, and really good bands. But I think that the Pavement episode was really fucking wild for me. It was a big. John was on that. It was a big panel, and you, of course, Justin. It was a big panel. Jenny was on that, and Kat was on that, and like, I came into it like, oh, we're gonna get 10 fucking songs. This is a slam dunk. Like, the greatest Pavement songs are so obvious. And I just got fucking, dude, the first thing, Kat's like, Terror Twilight's my favorite Pavement album. Like the last album, like I was just like, what? And then Jenny fucking came out with some crazy ass curveballs, and like I got blown out of the water. Like none of the shit I thought was gonna make it in there made it in there. It was like, but it was a really good, I thought that was a really good episode. And what a cool fucking weird band to like have a cool weird episode on,
I love that, our lists aren't always consensus. Like, that's why I always get so upset when people get upset about our lists. You really have to listen to the episode to understand how we got to the list. Like,
That's right.
I mean, somebody could have brought up the song that you are talking about and fought very passionately for it. It just didn't. Again, I'm always a wild card in this. So, like, I take responsibility sometimes, like, more often than not, I am learning the band. So what seems, an absolute slam dunk for somebody who's been listening to the band the whole time they've existed might not have even come anywhere near my radar because I'm just finding out about the band. So like
Right.
that kind of curveball can really take a, hey, we should be getting 7 or 8 to, oh no, we're getting 2. and it's going to be a slugfest to get the rest of the 8 in here. So like, yeah, I don't know, man. Be kind to us. I'm just saying, like, do not yell about our list unless you've actually listened to the episode, I guess is really the point that I try to hammer home in all of these.
That's right. You got to listen to the episode to see how John can pull songs out of the crowd.
It's pure obstinance, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I really think it is one of John's favorite things to, like, you know, when we're going into the conversation and like I'm like, oh man, we've got enough 3s to cover this, and then he's like, yeah, but there's like 7 2s I want to go to bat for. And it's like, oh, come on. Like, or
pure force of will, man.
Yeah.
If you're expecting that to stop, it's not going.
Oh no. And well, and it you know, to me it always ramps up the conversation when that happens, because that means there's more passion for whatever those 2s are, you know. And it also just kind of depends on what a slog it took to get to that point. If it's just like miss after miss after miss, and I'm like, okay, man, I'm just trying to get this thing home. Let's cross the plate.
Well, that's when I dig in the most.
Yeah.
You do come alive in the fourth quarter. It's true.
It's very true. It's very true. So Chris, again, we talked about the road trip. We talked about you know, we talked about your increased presence on the show this last year. Like, when you're looking at this 51, I know you've already mentioned a couple that were like clear no's for you, but like if you're putting this together, like, do you have a set criteria? Because this is your first time doing a best of. Like, there's really no wrong way to do it. So how are you putting yours together?
I started kind of methodical. I started out making a secondary playlist with every song on it and just ranking them by my perceived how I was going to feel, right? And like, you know, like I was like, fuck you, Johnny Rotten, that's the last song no matter what, and it ended up being that. Like, stuff like that, you know what I mean? You know, like, there was a lot of things here that kind of prove my weird takes. Like, if you think Rush and Boston are the same thing, then that's the reason why you're not my friend. You know, stuff like that. Like, and for what it's worth, Boston is a band and Rush is just, you know, for blowjobs. So like, I had a pretty easy time doing it by complete bias. It took me 10 seconds. I was like, okay, well, I'll never like a Lizzo song because, like, you know, in order to be a hip hop artist, you've got to be cool, and she never seemed cool to me. So that like went right out the window, and like I was able to just kind of go that way down the line. And then it was things like, I don't think I need to stump for Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. Like, I feel like people know it's a good song. Like, I don't think I have takes, you know, I don't think I could be like, I'm going to give you a new perspective on Paul Simon, you know? So like I started going like, okay, I don't really need to listen to that song. I don't need to listen to this song. I ended up listening to the whole list multiple times, but you know what I mean? Like, when I was going through and learning, and I had some surprises. Like, I liked the Teenage Wrist song a lot, and I've been told a million times that I should like them. And I guess like, I was like, oh, it sounds like Deftones. I get it, guys, whatever. But like, I actually liked the song. Silver Jews was cool. Never heard them before either. These things didn't make my list. That's why I'm pointing them out. And there's stuff like, I really love Killing Joke, but like Requiem didn't make my top 15, right? So like and I gotta say, like, you were just giving a whole speech about what I shouldn't do, and I'm gonna do it anyways. I was supposed to be on the Laura Jane Grace episode. How on earth did Dysphoria Hoodie not only make the list but be the #1 song? That is insane. I know you asked me not to do it, but I don't care. I love you so much that I'm gonna break your heart. What, like, truly, if not the best, the most important songwriter that came into prominence in my lifetime, and I didn't choose it. It felt so weird. But like, there was a lot of shows I was on. There was a lot of shows that I would have been on, and I ended up with those, I guess, is the short version of my long answer.
Well, I mean, there is no time limit. We go as long as we want to on these ones, baby. My criteria is always the same. You know, my play order will be different, but my criteria is always the same. I always try to even it between just songs that I like, episodes that I remember that were fun, and songs where I think we did the thing. So, that when you look at it that way, that's 555. We mentioned there's very few that like I would be a staunch no, and most of those are songs I'd be shocked that I would have to put my foot down on, like, and tell you guys no, we're not having those. Like I would be.
Are you telling me that the weirdest song by Flight of the Conchords isn't one of the 15 best songs of the year?
What I'm telling you is that if fuck, I can't even remember the name of the band right now. If all of you guys have Hailstorm, and I have to
Yo,
put
I have
my
things to say about that though. I was hoping someone had it.
if all of you have Hailstorm and I have to put my foot down and say no, then I'm going to be shocked.
What if I just nostalgic for signing CDs and Hot Topic while I was on tour? You know what I mean? Also, can I say this was ignored, and I don't mean to cut you off, Justin. I promise you I won't do it all night.
I don't give a shit.
We talked a lot about like the classic rock presence. Let's talk about the new metal presence, because there's a shit ton of new metal in this. What is going on?
Yeah.
I was joking. I swear to you. That Seven Dust song might be the most boring song I've ever listened to multiple times. I can't believe they showed up to practice and went, "Hey guys, I wrote this," and everyone went, "Yo, I'm also a grown-up that plays music for a living, and that's a good song we should release to the public."
It's very interesting, like how new metal did not age well. I mean, like
hey, you know my take on Korn.
Yeah,
stop.
But like, I guess what I mean, like I like Seven Dust, to be fair, but like they're not a band I'm gonna go back to, right? Like the time with them was
sell
fine.
that song to me. Sell Black to me. Sell the song to me. Why is it a good song?
Why is it a good song, or why was it the best song on
literally
their list?
It sounds like somebody noodling on a riff and sounds with it.
I like the guy's voice, to be honest.
Okay.
It was like pretty much my whole thing with Seven Dust, just period. Is I think his name's Corey. I don't recall, but like I like that guy's voice a lot. I thought he had an interesting voice at a time where most of those lead singers kind of did the same thing. So, that's my take on them and that. But I mean, to the point from before, like, yeah, we had a punk panel. I had a new metal panel, like, that I could rely on, like, once every 3 months or something.
Bless you all on that panel, and I'm going to listen to every episode.
But I also had, like, the 90s defense panel. We unfortunately have lost Peter recently. I was going to try to not bring it up because this will be like the third straight episode. But he was on a lot of those panels. It was him, Brian Cohen, and Christian. And those guys would come on, and we would like go to bat for these 90s bands that kind of got lost in the shuffle. And we had that kind of rotating through this year too. It's just a fun year for me. Like when you look at kind of everything that kind of got covered. So, well, let me ask you this too before we move on to the next layer, Chris. Do you have a moment that from an episode that kind of sticks out to you from one of your episodes?
I mean, it's obviously Knife Time. And for anybody that hasn't delved through me and John's catalog, we were trying to help you name your band, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I was like, I mean, listen, man, Lifetime's been like my favorite band since I was like 15 years old. And we just, all you gotta do is come up with a version of that. And then we landed on Knife Time and couldn't stop laughing. Like, It was quite literally, when I listened back, I was like, this quite literally sounds like we put record on our cell phone at a slumber party and we're 13 years old. Like, and the four of us rather, because Brian was, Dave was there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, David was there. Like, literally, we were just giggling like children. And it was, I think, like a beautiful thing of what the show can be, right? Like,
yes,
just grown men being dorks.
Yeah.
Like, we're just big music nerds and like, we're being tasked with like having takes, and then we're just full of them.
Yes.
Certified take havers is us,
Yeah, right. No, that was after the fact for Lifetime. And like you said, like, cause I was arguing with the boys about what the name of the band would be, and like I jokingly said like poop knife or something. So that was like the starting.
That's what it was.
So I was starting the conversation there, and you were talking about, well, Lifetime, you know, and then I was like kind of jokingly Lifetime, and we all just died. Like,
dude, I love that it's dumber than I remember. That's even better. It's so indicative of like, because it was just the feeling was what it was. Because like I was also in a dark place. You know, I talked about it enough that my buddy had passed away too, and I want to send condolences for the friend from the show I never got to meet. But you know, anybody that's struggling with that, I'm really sorry. I know exactly how you feel, and to his friends and family, God bless. Like I really hope things are going better. But like I talked enough about my best friend passing away at that time. I think every show I was on, and that night was really the first night. And you know, 2 weeks later, I met my girlfriend, and now I'm living with her. And like that was a moment in my year that my year turned around. You know what I mean? So I think like that night, it was a night where I said, I'm exhausted, but I'm just gonna do this with some guys I get along with, and it changed my perspective for going into that part of the year.
Oh man, that, you know, I didn't know that part. Like I knew the other part, but I didn't know that part. That
Yeah, man.
so
100%.
this is as good a time as any to talk about it. I think, Gavin, you and I were kind of talking about this, you know, before we went on. Like, yes, this is just a dumb podcast, but what people really probably should understand is that it is a community, and it's a growing community, but like it is a community. Like it's the only way we're going to get through this, you know, this. Like if you could see me, I'm kind of gesturing, but the community is the only way through, right, Gavin?
Yeah. I mean, I said, you know, earlier to you, you give us a chance to like get super enthusiastic about something that we really love. And that's like a joy. And anytime you can put your focus and attention on art and music, it's going to be a win and start to turn the tide of dark forces. And yeah, it is a community. It's fucking so weird. It's like you feel kind of like you know these people that you've never met. And I mean, I feel like I know people I've never been on a panel with. I've just heard all their panels, you know? It's kind of fun. Yeah, but I appreciate you giving people the space to talk about their favorite bands. I mean, what could be more fun than that? You know, it's the funnest thing to do.
And, you know, I'll say this, like, you do not have to pledge to the Patreon to be on the show. Patreon.com/ohijustin, though $1 a month gets you in the door. And it gets you an automatic invite to the Discord. And, you know, that it's just an easier way to get the ball rolling. But I mean, you don't have to do that. Just come join the Discord and just, you know, express interest in being on the show, and we'll get the ball rolling on that. I want to turn the attention towards stats, because something you did, like, it came up as we were going out the door last year. So I wanted to get to it earlier this year. Gavin, last year you took some stats on like panels, like how many panels did. I am dying to hear how we did this year as far as panels and whatever stats you got.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot. It's kind of like train spotting stuff, but I'm like kind of a super fan. So it's fun to just look back at the year and kind of, my brain wants to organize everything. So I threw all the songs into decades from the 60s to the 2020s. Does anybody want to guess which decade had the most episodes this year?
Oh, the 90s.
Yeah, I agree. 90s.
Dustin?
My inclination is 80s, but some of those 80s might have been early 90s. So I'm going to stick with 80s just to be different.
Okay. It was the 90s by far.
There you go.
There were 15 episodes, exactly the same as last year, and the 90s took the title last year too.
All right, that's enough 40-year-olds picking bands. We gotta...
And then it's almost a perfect bell curve off the 90s. So there was 2 episodes from the 60s, 7 from the 70s. We had a real 70s show out this year. There were 9 from the 80s. There were 6 from the 2000s, 8 from the 2010s, and 4 from the 2020s. So yeah, like a bell curve.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool. At this point, since we're talking numbers this year, I'm not going to put out like how many downloads, but I did take the top 10 downloaded episodes this year. If anybody's got anything to say about these, feel free. At number 10, Flight of the Conchords was the 10 most downloaded episode.
I mean, it's a curiosity, right? It makes sense.
Yeah. Number 9. Chris has already taken a giant shit on them. Rush.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's got bad calls.
Number 8 was Failure.
Whoa.
Yeah, which I thought was
That
interesting.
was a cool tune. That was a cool tune. I was shocked by that tune. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Number 7, yet another John episode, Amel and the Sniffers.
Yeah.
Nice.
No shit.
Yeah, very cool.
That's in the top 10.
Australian fans kicking in there.
Yeah, there was a bit of Australian influence on this list, I noticed.
For sure.
Mhm.
Number 6, this was neat to see, Suicidal Tendencies.
Hell yeah.
Number 5 was Duran Duran. Not really a shocker.
Yep.
Number 4 was Sly and the Family Stone.
Wow.
Yep. Number 3 was Pink Floyd. Also, not really a shocker. I understand the conversation, but number 2 was Neil Diamond, which I was a bit shocked at. And number 1 was Doobie Brothers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's awesome.
Boomer's really getting into deprogram this
I
year.
know, right?
Yeah, dude, it's all about stoners and Riot Girl up in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all we do.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of bands with guy singers on this list that sound like Riot Girl. So, and no less than 2 guys that sound kind of like Nick Cave. Everything you could ever want.
I always ask the listeners, to vote on episodes as well. Anybody want to guess what our number 10 vote getter was?
Sorry, vote getter for what?
For the audience's vote for episodes of the year.
Number 10. Pulp.
Nope. I will say Pulp is on the list, though. They're just not 10.
PIL.
Nope.
No clue.
Okay. All right. They are on both
I don't
of
know what the audience skews.
Yeah. Well, usually most years it's most punk, but not this year. Other than this band, who is on both.
Did we go too wide?
both lists. Amel and the Sniffers at number 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
Having a moment. That
Yeah.
band. Yeah.
Like that was such a quick episode too. It was just like
Yeah.
we didn't really have to argue. It was
It's
just like we just picked the songs and we were done.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I got a bunch of songs that sound like this, and every song we write just sounds like this. And if you like that, then you like our band.
Yeah. I'd go see them for sure. They seem fun.
Thanks for coming to see us.
Yeah. Number 9, also on both lists, Flight of the Conchords.
Nice.
Mhm. This one I was a little shocked at. No love on the numbers, but number 8, the Vandals.
Yeah.
No
that was
shit.
Yeah.
Good.
Right on. That's cool.
Number 7, we just had an extensive conversation about them, Seven Dust.
I'm sorry, everyone. See, this is going to be the most controversial. Where else can I come and talk shit about Seven Dust and be the enemy? That's amazing. It's like my own personal hell of an emo night. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Number 6, I'm actually kind of shocked that this wasn't a little higher, and it came out shortly after you passed. Number 6 is Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think probably he was getting Googled a lot, right?
Yeah, I would have thought
Yeah.
that it would have been higher and that it would have been on our more downloaded list. But a lot of the times the numbers don't catch up for like the episodes from September to December. So
That reminded me. I not to do a tangent already, but my girlfriend used to work in entertainment law, and after we got done with the Plow United episode, she was like, "Oh yeah, it's great for you guys to do bands that small because for the rest of time when they're Googled, your show will come up. And I was like, oh God, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like we'll almost certainly be the newest piece of news about them until they decide they want to be a band again.
wow.
So like that show will probably be downloaded a lot. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I never thought of that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point.
That one literally just came out last week. So
Yeah, and so we'll watch the numbers on it, and we'll see if Rachel is correct. Sorry to cut you off. I just forgot about that.
brother, that's all this is. So number 5 is Pulp.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 4, and also on both lists, Duran Duran.
Hell yeah.
That's sick. That's great.
Number 3,
Fuck Paul Simon.
you're not going to believe number 3, Paul Simon.
I was hoping that I was right. Okay, fine.
Number
You're fine.
number 2, interesting, Killing Joke.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's so round.
Yeah. And then number 1, Pavement.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, awesome.
Brooklyn.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why you got to do more Brooklyn bands, baby.
I'm all about it. So, you know, it is neat that there was like some cross section this year between what the numbers said versus what the audience thought. So it's neat that there was some crossover there. It wasn't much, but there was some. So, all right. So we never take breaks on this. We just jump right on into the lists. And I'm gonna start with the one that it wasn't my favorite song of the year, and I know it's gonna come up. I hope I get to play it, but it's okay if I don't. If I start anywhere but here, I'm lying to myself. I'm disrespecting Peter. I'm disrespecting the panel. I'm going with Stuck on You by Failure.
No.
Yeah, it didn't make it for me, but I was really surprised about that one. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
It's a great song, man, but it's just a bass lick for 4.5 minutes. You know what I mean?
So here's what I'm going to say, that because it's not even like, I'm going to fight to get that in, because that one is critical to me for the year. That was such a fun conversation. It is right on brand for me, like song wise. Like,
well, Justin, if you're gonna fight for it, you should start your own show. Right?
I mean, episodes like these, like, because it's so sparse, like a 1 really isn't out. It could just as easily get back into sneak back in the conversation. But I'm telling you, I picked that because of Peter, and because Peter was on that episode. Like it meant a lot to me, and because I can't believe that it took this show for me to become a fan of that band, like, is ridiculous. So, Stuck on You in the bin currently, but I'm going to be a stick in the mud about that one. I really am. So, all right, John.
All right. I'm going to go with the listeners, and probably my favorite song this whole year, Summer Babe by Pavement.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I have it. It was my last ad. So
Nice.
I like that song. There are so many Pavement songs I love. This song is merely good to me, but you know, Brooklyn and Pavement's great. So yeah, it made it for me too.
Hey, I wanted to shout out Adam that was on that episode too. Our friend in Australia, right, Justin?
Yes.
Right.
He was great on that episode. Huge Pavement fan. He brought it. Yeah.
And like shortly after that episode aired, I went to see the new Stephen Malma's band, the Hard Quartet, and ended up running into him at the Mexican restaurant next door, and we had a little bit of a talk. So that was cool too.
Yeah, that's
cool.
fucking sick, man. That's sick.
All right. There's one. I had a feeling we were going to get that one. But that to tell you guys which ones that fit under personal favorites. I just really like that song a lot. So,
yeah.
All right, Gavin.
Don, I thought we came strong on the 7 Seconds episode, dude. I got Young Till I Die.
Oh wow, okay.
It made it for me too. It was cool that you guys got something from that record. By the way, I didn't expect something from the first 2 records. That's cool.
Look, you know, push me over with a feather when we get to that point. That's definitely one that I would not be opposed to having in. I just didn't have it on my list.
Yeah, I didn't have it either, but I'm okay with it if it makes it cool, of course.
For the culture, I had to put it.
All right.
Yeah.
So that gets a 2. Chris?
So I'm taking a strategy here. I'm gonna go what the lowest ranked I have still left is every time.
Mm.
So my number 15, as I said, was Pavement, and my number 11 was 7 Seconds. It is the metalcore Winter, and I'm going with Botch as number 14.
Wow, I like that pick.
Great story. Before you guys say anything, my buddy Matt, for his birthday a couple years ago, Botch was playing this record in full, and as a reunion, and we spent so much goddamn money on tickets. I mean, it was putrid, and I had just spent a lot of money to see Poison the Well play opposite of December, so just like my metalcore Winter. So that's why I'm saying this is now the metalcore Winter. And like, we got to the show the day of. The tickets were $11 each. Nobody wanted to go to this fucking thing. And we had spent like $30, $40 each. And we bring his wife, who's, I don't know if I should say, is in a pretty popular hardcore band. And she plays bass in it. And she's like watching Botch, and she turns to us and she goes, "You guys didn't tell me this band was good." And we were like, no. You just assumed because of their genre they weren't. They're fucking amazing. So I just wanted to be able to tell that story really more than anything.
Oh man, I got to see them at a small, like, basically a rec room at Georgia Tech in like 1998, and they were unbelievable.
Yeah. Just
all
sick,
that
man.
said,
Like,
that's
rock
one of the
solid.
3 that I did not pick that I was on that really hurt. So
I can't
that
believe
was
Botch
probably
didn't
number
make it for
16.
you. That's crazy.
I
Okay.
know.
Yeah, can't save you, brother.
All right. I love these songs and these bands that like take like perhaps like it's like the Kings and Queens of the discard pile, right? Like metalcore is objectively dog shit, but there's just a couple of bands that are just beyond their peers, right? Their contemporaries can eat a dick. These bands are like, you know what I mean? Like Botch is one of them. That's it. You know.
Gavin, you didn't have that one.
No,
Oh, my bad, Gavin. I'm sorry, man.
no, you're good. I didn't say anything. I didn't speak up.
Yeah. All right. Well, John left it for me, so I'm gonna play my favorite song that this show has probably ever done. Like one of the most my most favorite discoveries. Like it ekes in ahead of Super Drag. It's a band I still listen to a lot. It's a song I still listen to a lot. Mets, A Boat to Drown In.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds sick.
I don't have it. It's cool. It was a good song.
That's all right.
I didn't see, like, for me, like, coming in, never hearing the band, right? I didn't see what made it stand out with other post-hardcore. Like, I was like, I literally looked at Rach and was like, this could just be a Drug Church song. I know there's so many people that want to throw things at me right now for saying that. but like, genuinely, like, I couldn't tell the difference between this band and any other band that sounds exactly like it. So...
Well, you know, and see, this is where listening to the episode helped, and I'm not
Yeah, I hear you.
disparaging you, but like, there's a whole story.
I had to do it off this, right? I just had a list.
Oh yeah,
That's it. That
exactly.
Was it. Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
to anybody who hasn't listened to the episode, there is a story behind like, they reunited for like a one show only thing, literally a song only. They played this song for John Mulaney last year at Everyone's Live, and I happened to catch it, and I was like, holy shit, who the fuck is this band? And I fucking loved it. And I went to look it up, and I go, John, why the fuck haven't we done Mets yet? And he's like, I put them on the list years ago. That's your fault, dude. So
Yeah.
he like immediately got on it. And like, again, this is one of those bands that it's like, you know, maybe this is a genre I should have been into more, kind of to your point, Chris, but like, this is a band that should have been in my life, like, always.
100%, man. The objectively good song. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, like, for coming at not knowing the band, nothing was gonna put it in my top 15, right? That's all I mean. Yeah.
Oh man, that song, like, when we came in that episode, I think that song is from I forget the name
Atlas
of the record,
Vending.
but Atlas Vending. But I was heavy on the first two Mets records when they came out.
Cool.
That song wasn't really on my radar, but then we were talking about it, and yeah, that was the one that you came in with, Justin. You were like, yeah, like I love the song, and we were all in on it. And ever since then, like that song's been in heavy rotation for me. It's been on like every playlist that I make on my phone to listen to. And that's another band that I got to see at a really small place, maybe in 2013, 2014. They played at a club in Atlanta and went on at like 1 a.m, and people literally bouncing off the walls. They were just, it was like seeing Nirvana in 1988 or something. They were unbelievable.
And I'll take a 3 there. A 3 is really, really good on a best of. So,
and genuinely, I came into this knowing that I would be the only person. I knew it. I fucking knew it. You know?
Look, the thing I'm not worried about is the gameplay is so much different for these. Like, really, even something that gets binned isn't technically out unless, you know, like we somehow get like 9 3s because we already have the one that's all the way through. Like they generally speaking don't get a lot unanimously. So I'd be shocked if there is another one out there. So
you know, there's another unanimous in here.
Could be. I mean,
you serious?
Yeah, because
it's rare.
It's
rare.
just
really?
rare. Yeah, like everybody has.
I have a feeling that a certain animal and its appetite for food may very well be a 4 of.
I don't know, man. We will see.
We all spoke very highly of the Duran Durans.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it may go that. We'll see. I don't want to. No spoilers. No spoilers.
All right. So, Boat to Drown In is a 3. John.
All right. Sometimes there's an episode that they end up picking the perfect song. And I listened to this episode. I wasn't on it, but I listened to this episode, and I was impressed by the conversation and the talk that ended up picking this song. It's not one that you would maybe expect for this artist. It's not one of this person's, you know, more famous, more popular songs, but it is one that I really like, and I go back to, and this might be a surprise, but I picked Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show by Neil Diamond.
Oh,
that's a banger, dude. That was one of my last cuts. I was surprised at how good that was.
I love that made it into the conversation. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't bring it because I didn't think it was gonna. So
I gotta admit, I thought about that for a minute. I don't know Neil Diamond from anything. Even though, like, you're getting to know my taste a little bit more, Justin, I think Neil Diamond fits pretty, like, you know, cozy into it.
It's like goes back to the Brill Building. Like, he's one of the classic American songwriters.
Yeah.
Like I love a singer-songwriter. That's why I'm obsessed with Billy Joel, right? So, like, I had a hard time not putting it. I had to really tell myself it's okay, but I don't have it. Yeah. It's a great song. I mean, honestly, I was blown away. Never heard it before. I don't know if it's like a massive hit or something, but
I think
that's one of his lesser hits.
Yeah, it's lesser.
It's got 34 million plays, but for him, you know, Sweet Caroline's got 900 million, right? So like
exactly.
Yeah. So it's I was really blown away. I like it a lot.
That was the Autos, Chris and Marlene, who you did the
oh, cool.
Billy
They
Joel
ruled.
episode.
Shout out. Yeah. Yeah, they're great. Like really good takes. Really thoughtful. Yeah.
All right. Boom. Again, these ones, other than obviously the one that already went in the bin for me, if it goes into the bin, it's really not personal. So I'm taking it personal. Gavin?
There was some good Australian stuff this year. I really love Australian music. I'm going to pick Adam and I and Justin did a episode on The Church, which is a really old, long-standing band. They're still going. I'm about to go see them from the late 70s, 80s in Australia. And I took Under the Milky Way, which I think that Adam called that out as the Killing Moon of Australia. The song, the Bunnymen, like a nod to the Bunnymen. That's a really beautiful new wave song, and I had to take it.
Can anybody save him?
Yeah, I got it. They used to play that song on they still do probably on the alternative station here. I love that song.
Nice.
I love that.
When the first time I was listening to this list, I keep coming back to the stories from it because it was fun. You know, like I sat there with Rachel and listened to everything, and like I went over my year doing the show and stuff, and like I was like, oh, this band's got to be Irish, and I was like, Australian also. And Rachel's from New Zealand, so it was very funny how many Aussie bands there were.
Yeah.
But I didn't have it. This one stood out to me. Y'all are super, super in line because it's a good song. I'll be checking more out about this band. My thought about Under the Milky Way was that it's not going to get me into this band, but I can tell I would like this band. That was my thought about this song. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly was hoping that just somebody would bail you out so I could have something else. Like there's a lot of that in my thought process is I won't take something thinking, everybody else will have it. That'll give me a chance to get something I want into the conversation. So, but a 2 is really good looking right now. So it gets a 2 and we move on. Chris. Oh, actually, before we get to Chris, we should point out that, of course, by the time this comes out, it'll have been forever ago. Our friend Adam just saw the church in Australia.
Right.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're doing all their singles.
Yeah. So.
Insider trading. I just told Justin and John that we should just do a suite of modern Australian bands because there's so many I'm obsessed with. Like, I would love to do a Violent Soho episode or a Skeggs episode. Like, that'd be so sick.
We did Soho and we did Tired Lion already, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah? Isn't it weird how, like, you can tell he helped to write those songs because they all just sound like Violent Soho songs, but they're so good that you don't care?
Absolutely.
Like,
I love them.
Like, this is clearly just a Violent Soho song, but at the same time, it's a Violent Soho song.
Yeah, which rules. So, like, yeah, absolutely.
I think he produced the records, too, so, like, whatever.
Yeah.
My next tune is, I think, the only song I didn't know before I went into this, which is so dumb and so against the spirit. I heard this, and I was like, hey, I'm wrong that I don't listen to this band, and that's Molly by Sponge.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm shocked by how amazing this freaking song is. The vocals absolutely floored me. And like at first I was like, why is this song I really think this way. I'm such a maniac. I was like, why is this song 3.5 minutes long? About a minute in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at this thing and I was like, I turned to Rach and I was like, there is so much song left. What are they going to do? And then they did like this bridge where like the guitar player played like a Cure keyboard part on guitar. And I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
This is the coolest shit I've heard. And then they did all these like 3-part harmonies and like going crazy and like they just sound like dudes kicking it. And I was like, this is amazing. So anyways, that's mine.
That's hilarious. I didn't know anything about that band because I kind of was not tracking like radio rock or whatever during that time. But then I just figured out that song, their other real famous song,
Cloud.
It's the chorus is like a world
Cloud,
of yeah. That's a fucking sick song. And so I was stoked to like play this song, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. They are kind of dudes kicking it. They're kind of like a super group. Like they're from all different bands or something, and like they look kind of like real masculine and shit. Like not a band that I would be into.
Right. It's just really well done.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I always loved, and obviously I was part of picking this song as their representation. So, but I always loved the in the choruses, the guitar, the din 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 din. Like I never even noticed it until we did, because I used to hear the song all the time on the radio. But like I never noticed it until I listened to it for the show. I was like, oh man, that's fucking cool. I like that.
Justin, you bring up a good point, because genuinely, while I was listening to it, and again, this is the only song I didn't know that made its way onto my list, and it went above 2 bands I genuinely love. Like,
yeah,
I like for instance, the second verse, all of a sudden there was another string instrument. It wasn't just guitars. And I was like, oh, this is like listening to like old Madonna records where like on the second verse they would layer in different keyboards to make the song more interesting, even though it's the same thing again. Like they followed like that old production trick that like was created in the 80s and just wrote a pop song with some grit on top of it and didn't hide from what they're not good at and leaned in on what they are good at. And it's freaking great. It's so awesome.
Agreed.
And it's about Molly Ringwald, which is also
Right.
Yeah.
even though
I guess I probably should have realized that because
Yeah.
of kind of the 16 Candles bit. But like, damn, dude, like I only heard it for the first time when I got this list, and holy crap, I gotta learn this band. Yeah.
I'm
awesome.
so excited that is. I honestly didn't pick it because I honestly was worried that it would just go in the bin.
Me too.
But I should note that was also a Peter band. That was one of those.
Hell yeah.
It was
Oh, yeah.
Peter, and it was Anderson's first episode. He just came into the fold this last year. So like, he came on. We did Sponge, and it was one of those '90s revisits where like I knew like I think 3 songs going in: Molly, Plowed, and Wax Ecstatic, and I was like, yeah. I hate to use the word blown away, but I was, I guess, blown away by how much I enjoyed, especially the first 2 records. Like, being like, man, these are like right on par with shit that I like. Like,
Yeah.
why was I not listening to Sponge? And again, I loved those. Like, I fucking loved Wax. I even talked about Wax Ecstatic. I used to play every time after soccer practice. It would come on while my friend Talbert and I were riding in the back of his dad's truck. I was getting a ride home, and Wax Ecstatic would come on, and it turned into a joke where Talbert would be like, every goddamn time. And it's a stupid joke that makes no sense to anybody but us, but it makes me laugh every fucking time. So there you go. There's my Sponge story.
That's fucking great, man. Your Sponge
was that-
story is my
was
Sponge
that-
story, just with different.
Yeah.
was that did 2 people have it, or
Yeah, that was a
was
2.
it just one? Okay.
That was a 2. I'm gonna go here, even though Chris has already said he doesn't have the song, but I'm going with a favorite.
right.
It's all right. It's a favorite track. The first time I heard the song, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It's another one of my just favorite ones that I've ever come across in the show. It like really hits the Justin note. "Sunshine" by Teenage Wrist.
No.
No.
All right.
Again, this was one that stood out to me, but no. Yeah.
I'll take the one there, and I won't be fighting for that one, but I had to go with what I feel. So,
You know, ultimately, the thing that turned me off ultimately, and this is like so funny because I'm like the biggest layman, right? I've heard this song and that's it. But like, I dug the way that it kind of felt like a good version of that kind of music, right? It reminded me more of the Deftones than, let's say, Seven Dust. So like that was cool, but the vocals like had kind of like that weird early aughts, like, oh, let's just sign Alien Ant Farm because they vaguely sound like, you know, like a safer version of, I don't know, whatever band was really like Orgy, like really scaring the dads and moms. So like it was like that kind of vocal on top of like a Deftones song, and I was like, it's of its time and it feels like it's good. That's how I felt about it.
I suppose that's fair. Yeah. I mean, we all have our
Yeah.
reasons. So, all right, into the bin it goes. And John.
Back to me already? All right. I'm going to pick. Sometimes you pick a song for the message. And this song, I think, has a good message for the year and for any year, basically. How about Stay Positive by The Hold Steady?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I can't fuck with the Hold Steady. I never have been able to, and it's just not for me.
I've never listened to the Hold Steady. Of course, I've known about them forever, and that episode was so good. I listened to the song and listened to the records, and like that song's really great. The words are totally fun and uplifting, and I agree. We need all the help we can fucking get right now.
Yeah.
All the Jedi need to come out.
It's funny
Sorry,
that's
go,
the
go
way.
ahead, go ahead, please.
It's funny that's the way you let it, John, because that is the real reason it made my list is the message. Like, we need to stay positive. We have to find a way to stay positive right now. And whether that be, 4 dudes hanging out on a Discord channel at, 9:00 at night, and just shooting the shit about music, or, whatever the fuck it is, whatever helps you stay positive in this moment. And it doesn't mean don't fight. It doesn't mean that's all you have to do, but it is important that you find joy, you find positivity, and you try to somehow. And it doesn't mean toxic positivity, but it does mean figuring out a way to be positive. So like that is the weight of, and I genuinely love the song, and I thought it was a fun episode. So like that kind of put it over the edge to get it in. What were you going to say though, Chris? Like, let me shit all over you before you say whatever you're going to say.
No, I was gonna make my review quick because I don't want to crap on this band. That
stay negative, Chris.
No, I am staying negative. Don't get me wrong. Like I've also been in New Jersey, and I don't think it's as great as some people do. And I don't think we need to make bands that just sound like New Jersey. I think it's over. I think we're all set. I think Asbury Park rose from the ashes of getting underwater, and that's beautiful. But we don't need more of these bands, and we never needed it. And both the Hold Steady and the Front Bottoms can go to hell.
Oh Jesus!
You got to see them live, though.
I'm sure
the Hold Steady are a live band. If you see them live, it's a whole experience.
I've been told exactly that, and it sounds like the fucking musical equivalent of a dad joke, and I don't like it. And I like listen. I like fun too, but when I want to be listening to art. Or no, that's not fair because this actually is trying to say something. They're not just trying to get blowjobs. I'm gonna redact my I like fun too. I just think we're done with this kind of music. We don't need it anymore. It doesn't do anything for anyone. And there's bands that have this exact message but write good songs. And also I can't stand that style of singing. I just can't stand it. Like you gotta be able to do something that gives me a reason to listen. And like. Just doing enough to make this into a song and not be just a person talking over like mediocre guitars, that's not enough for me. I just can't do it. And like you could have the best politics and the best takes. I told you this was going to be short, didn't I? Best politics, best takes, and like I can agree with everything you say, which is right here, right? And I just don't fucking care because it's not special. And that's how I feel about this band. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as of right now, it has 3, so it would likely go in. So,
well, that's why I had to say very short points about it.
Yeah. And that's why you should stay positive, Chris. Gavin,
it's cool. I mean, you can tell Chris listened to fucking all the songs. I really tried. There's shit I despise on this list, man. It was hard. Okay, you guys know which esteemed panelist had the most episodes this year? Who's that? Besides Justin, obviously. Oh, yeah. Who's on? It's got it. Well, I mean, I assume it's John, right? Because he's here. Yeah, it's John. Hell yeah. It's 17 episodes this year, which was the same number that he did last year.
Oh, wow.
17. He took the time last year. But the reason I'm bringing that up is the second person, Justin, your runner-up, was Brian C., who had 10 episodes this year. Me and Chris did 8. Me and you both. Wow. Yeah. Holy shit, okay. Brian C. And I think... Go ahead. Oh, no, I was going to say, I think of all the episodes I did, which apparently was 8, one of them didn't have John, if I'm correct. I think that just...
A couple.
2.
There were a couple.
Yeah, you did one with Randy. You did 3 without John. You did 1 with Randy, 2 with just Randy, and then you did Billy Joel.
Yeah, Screeching Weasel, right? Yeah.
The Vandals.
Yeah, and Weasel, right?
The Vandals.
I was on Weasel.
Trick. Oh, you were on Weasel. Okay. Oh, Cheap Trick. That feels like a different show. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Billy Joel.
So I did this episode with Brian C. and Chris O. It was really fun. We did the Duran Duran episode. I'm taking Hungry Like the Wolf. It wouldn't have been my pick for the song, but I love that song. It's a good one.
And in that episode, I was stoked to do it because I really wanted to see. I was like, is there anything that I am missing past the first couple records? And that question got answered for me, and it was a resounding no. There was nothing past the first couple records, but it was really fun episode, really good.
I don't.
Gavin, that's such a good point, man. I've learned exactly that from this show. I do have it.
Hey.
Great.
I do as well.
Hey, all right. I was right. That's why I don't have it. Is because I figured.
Dang, man.
I figured that it would get into the conversation. So
Nice.
Y'all heard it here
Sometimes
first.
the song
Justin
is
doesn't give a
just-
fuck about your opinions. He doesn't care that the audience likes it.
But like sometimes the song is just too good. Like you can't. It's just
Yeah,
undeniable.
it's an absolutely perfect pop song. I had it as my number 8, by the way.
I mean, you're not going to get any argument on the next level of me putting it through. It's just I figured everybody else would have it, so I was like, all right, I can take something else. And
Like,
It's also off a perfect fucking record. Like going back and listening to Rio, like that record is fucking insane. It's so good. The playing on it, the bass playing on it, every song is a banger. It's just like a jewel. It's so really, really special.
it gets a 3, and as of right now, again, it would be in. We've got 3 3s, which I feel like is a little more than usual. I feel like it's usually a lot of 2s and bins. So
These are all over the place. These best ofs usually.
yeah. All right, Chris.
So like I said, I'm just going from the bottom up. I'm going with the second concert I ever went to with my father, and I'm saying the Doobie Brothers, Jesus Is All Right With Me.
Fuck yeah. I love to hear that. I don't have it, but
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No.
It was a crazy choice, by the way. Crazy choice to put Jesus Is Just All Right With Me. Like,
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of it. That's a great song.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a fun episode. It was Randy and Fredo, and honestly, funnily enough, it got picked because we thought it would do well at the best of, and here it is going into the bin.
There you go. No, genuinely, like, one of the better live bands I've ever seen. This list also included the literal worst professional band I've ever seen live, which was Everclear. Like, literally the worst professional music act I've ever seen live.
That's interesting because
can't-
that's one of those bands that everybody says is good live. So
Well, let me give you
lying to me.
context. It was
Oh,
2011. They've been broken up for a decade, and they were on Warped Tour with me, and I was very tired. And one day we did a show on a racetrack, and Warped Tour was sponsored by PETA. So I got really jazzed up. I was like, "Oh, this is weird," and I was just going around looking at all the PETA protesters, and it was like the very end of the summer, and I had very little left to give. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finally watch Everclear. And I got to tell you something. I've never seen a worse band that was professional. I've seen worse local bands, of course. Okay. I've been in worse bands. Okay. The worst professional band I've ever seen live was Everclear. And it was in 2011. So they might have been the best ever in the 90s. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. I want to start doing a couple that I picked for the episode. I mean, look, Chris is here. There was no way this was not going to make my list. It's okay that if nobody else has it, but the road trip was a huge part of 2025.
Let's go. Let's go. Real music.
I'm going with Cheap Trick.
I don't have it. That was a fun episode. Great song. Just didn't make the list.
I have it partly because
Let's go.
of its inclusion on that Pinhead Gunpowder song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So this is my karaoke atomic bomb. It is my I've been tied to this song since birth. I have this sick obsession with Trans Am, Kick Out the Jams, dumb fucking rock and roll. And I as a bisexual artist who like teaches theater to kids for a living, I'm allowed to have one meathead thing besides my baseball fandom.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking love Cheap Trick. It is my number 2 song of the year. And I also have it.
Yeah.
It's a perfect song.
Look, and again, maybe if it doesn't if we did the episode like we normally do, maybe it doesn't make my list. But like again, this is why it's important to me to include stuff like this because there is a story that surrounds it. That whole day and change was special to me. Like driving to Baltimore, we end up doing the double dip. We got to see 2 Mets games. We got to see them lose.
Yeah, they were brutal.
That was fun. And then
and in heartbreaking fashion both times.
Yeah. Like it was
awesome.
It was, you boys want to mosey? Like,
I think that the Orioles were like the worst team in baseball at the time, which is the best part.
Yeah.
They pulled it together eventually, became decent, but they were like absolute fucking, the dog's ass at the time.
And we went to the Babe Ruth Museum around the corner, and we went like it was just a
remember the dad whispering to his kid like, oh yeah, this was where the Babe had breakfast.
Yeah.
They were like, that's what you do in a kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. We were
My
just
favorite quote from that episode is when Chris goes, you don't have the flame, dude. Rapping hard, fucking one of the best songs from the 80s.
Dude, the flame is a rite of passage. Like, I don't think we should be allowed to lose our virginity without having heard it. I think it should be the law. Like, they did this for you, Justin.
Yeah. All right, we take that 3 though. Like 3s are really good in a situation like this. So we take the 3 and we move on. John?
Okay. So this one I picked because it's an artist that never got the acclaim that they probably deserved. So I picked the David Berman and the Silver Jews, Smith and Jones Forever.
Oh yeah.
I love that, but no.
That's the song that the other song I wanted to take that I didn't know before this. Amazing song, and I will be listening to the entire discography.
It was a great episode. You were really good on that episode, John. It was really good.
Then I'll start there. Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Into the bin, unfortunately. Like I feel like on these, into the bin doesn't mean what it does on a normal episode.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels like it's
it already made it.
Yeah. All right.
And we already got Pavement in there, right? So like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also true. All right.
I mean, listen. This was the song I cut last, so I love the choice.
Yeah. I basically kind of did an either or with Pavement and Silver Jews, and I
had to take them both.
Hey man, we all have our reasons, right? So, all right, Gavin.
I'd never listened to this band before this show, and I thought it was a really good song. I took the Horrors doing Jack the Ripper.
Oh fuck yeah, I love that. No, I don't have it, but I love that.
No, yeah.
Yeah, really cool tune. I also liked it a lot, but didn't make the cut.
And in your list of the panelists was like Spooky Jenny, Spooky. I think it was Peter, right? Spooky Peter.
Yep.
And
that was our Halloween.
Did they know?
Yeah.
Do you guys know that my Instagram handle is Spooky Bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that banned or did somebody else have it?
That was Bend.
Was that?
It was
That was
Bend.
Ben.
Yeah. All right, Chris.
My next shout out to the man. I don't think it's controversial to say none of us are here without him, and it's Crazy Train by Ozzy.
Oh.
I don't have it. I love that though.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I didn't take it. You took it, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
For me, this is not what I'd pick. Like Flying High Again is the song I think of when I think of Ozzy's solo stuff. But just one of the greats, and I literally wouldn't have a hobby if this guy never lived or like his band never happened. So
and yeah, like the timing of it helped with it being recorded like right after he died, and that being a Peter episode as well.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pushed it up, and like that it's just undeniable. Like it had to be that song.
One time I was supposed to go see Ozzy play, and he decided not to play and just had his daughter play instead. And the only song he did play was Crazy Train. So One time
And I had to
see
do it
Ozzy.
for Chipper Jones and fuck the Mets.
Well, you know, as a guy that's been nicknamed Chipper my whole life to make fun of me, I'm not going to fight you on that one tonight because this is Ozzy's night. It has nothing to do with you.
There you go.
This is as good a time as any to tell my Ozzy story. I'm sure I told it on the episode, but who cares? I saw Ozzy at Ozfest 2000. And think about that for a second. The man performed for 25 more years. And literally died after his last performance. Like, what, a week later? Like, it wasn't long after. But I remember at that point being, a douchebag 20-year-old with my friends going, "Oh, old man Ozzy." And because he's running around on stage going, "Let me see your fucking hands," and like just.
And did he rip it though? Was he fucking amazing?
Yeah, the band was awesome. Like it was great, and I was just being a 20-year-old prick. So, like, what can you do about that? In hindsight, I can't erase my prickdom.
My prickdom.
But that it's what happened, and the band ripped, and it was cool. It was a fun show. So, all right. So Ozzy gets a 2, and oh shit, we're back around to me. All right, I'm gonna get a laugh on this one, but again, I like to take ones for episodes. Matt Quantum did his one and only episode on this band, and I was trying to get him back around again for another one, but he hasn't yet. So we had Scotland in the house that day. I went Flight of the Conchords, Hip Hop, Hippopotamus, and Rhinoceros.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your fix.
I'm your host, Stassi Schroeder. Welcome to Tell Me Lies, the official podcast. What's the most unhinged thing of season 3?
Steven, because he's so evil.
I do think he is misunderstood.
You see everyone face consequences. It's intoxicating.
The writers just know how to trick you.
There's always a twist in this show.
Tell Me Lies, the official podcast, January 6th, and stream the new season of Tell Me Lies, January 13th on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
No,
Really?
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun episode.
Yeah.
And that one was cool. Part of the reason I picked it is because, it's like there's the TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I made a list of the songs with clips from the TV show, and that's kind of what we used, which was kind of a unique thing that had never been done before. So that elevated it a little bit for me.
I also, to that point, like that is part of what elevated it to me, because like that is a TV show that I should have fucking been watching. Like this is the first time where an episode of Deprogram turned me on to a TV show that should have been in my life already. Like and then when you watch the video around that, like it's just like, oh man, fuck, that's funny. And like, cause he goes, I'm the hip hop hippopotamus, my rhymes is bottomless. And then he just doesn't say anything. Silence.
Yeah.
So
It's also
fucking
his. It's also Jermaine's first line in the song, right? If I
Yeah.
remember
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on his
That's pretty good.
Not his next verse, I think his last verse is where he's like, "Who told you that? Was it Steve, perchance?" Steve. Like, just fucking stupid. And like, again, sometimes it's the episode, sometimes it's like the extenuating circumstances around the episode that kind of puts something through for me, and that's what this was. So,
Chris, do
I
you
don't
have?
I don't, and I have a story about that song. But like for me, Flight of the Conchords for me always felt like a thing that was clearly built for me to like it, and I just don't. I know that's weird. They're both hilarious, and the show is funny, and Jermaine is brilliant, and I love What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. I never really watched the show, but like the song, the David Bowie bit on the record, the Bowie, the song, right?
yeah.
One night, so my friend Jen, who at the time was Jeff, hadn't come out as trans yet. and I were at Jeff's at the time. Jeff, I'll say Jen. I'm getting used to it still. It's brand new and not my first trans friend, but I'm just getting used to one of my oldest friends being with a different name. So I'm at Jen's house, and Jen's girlfriend at the time, named Beth. I was the only person Beth liked. Out of everyone Jeff was friends with, Jen was friends with, no one else got nice behavior, right? We got in our heads. We went and bought, and I can't, Azure Dreams, the weird RPG on PlayStation 1, because Jen had sold their entire PlayStation 1 collection in like some weird bid to grow up. This was 2007, so we were like in our last year of college, and I was like, fuck that. We're going to Video Games New York and we're buying back your old games. So we bought back Azure Dreams, which is like an old dungeon crawling base building RPG. And we were naming every monster we caught after David Bowie. And we were doing the Bowie joke from that song, like Bowie, like not a real Bowie joke, just doing that voice they make up in that song. My favorite thing about this entire band is they made a joke about David Bowie that was literally just their bad impression of David Bowie. And we did it for an entire night. Beth busted out of the room at like 4 o'clock in the morning and broke up with Jen on the spot at 4 a.m. because of our saying Bowie over and over again. Wow. And I also don't have that song.
Hey, man, I'll take it too. And a good story. And congrats to Jen, by the way, for finding herself.
Yeah. Awesome. Fuck yeah. Jen's the greatest of all time. Go to
rules.
the Fun and Games podcast. Formerly Jeff, now Jen, the co-host of that show. Go subscribe and give them money.
Good for her, man. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, I picked my weird one. John, where you want to go?
Ooh, this one just undeniable as well. Let's go Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard.
I got it.
No, I couldn't do it.
You don't have a take?
No.
All right, I'm going to be the most controversial. What a good song. Am I right? Well, didn't make the cut for me, but my God, I do think it's a good song.
Yeah. Well,
can I hear it without hearing Me First and the Gimme Gimmes? No, but it's.
I just heard somebody else
great
cover it. It was Hanson. Never mind.
I'm sure that was great.
No, actually, it was a good cover, but
yeah, I'm sure it was
not Hanson's best cover.
No, fair enough.
What I came across, doing the episode was Paul Simon's nice. I'd never gotten into him. Like, I knew a bunch of songs, but I'd never done the dive, and it was nice to do the dive. And it was just a nice song, and undeniable for two people, pretty deniable by the other two. So I guess that's just the way it goes. So yeah.
That's me out here denying Paul Simon. It's my actual job. That's what I get paid for.
You're more of
anywhere he goes. Yeah, anywhere he goes. Art's cool, man. Art can come to the party. He can be at the cookout. Yeah.
All right, we'll take that too, though. Gavin.
I took Cutesy Monster Man. I didn't know anything about Iron Sheik. That was a
I love
song.
That.
Is great.
I can't add to that, but I love that. I love that.
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I sure have it.
Yeah.
Genuinely, to me, one of my favorite songs of all time. No joke. I have it at number 4.
Really, really good song.
That's cool, man. Right on.
I love the fact that Iron Sheik not only came up in this conversation, but is alive in the conversation. Like it got a 2.
You got the same as Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ozzy Osbourne.
That's so fucking cool. That's so.
You got a problem with that?
No, that fucking.
I do not.
Fucking rules, man. I love that.
And guess what? I'm about to talk about the same guys in a different band soon again.
All right. I mean, if nobody else has got something to say about Cutesy Monster Man, we can hear your next take.
Oh well, I'm not doing that. I have rules.
Okay.
Because the next song I'm about to bring up is a worse song than that other song.
Oh.
And that's, as we know, not the greatest song of the year, but a very good song, More Than a Feeling by Boston.
I figured that somebody would have that. Which is why I didn't take it. Is I figured.
Don't do this to me. How cool are we? Really?
Yeah, I don't have it.
I didn't
Whoa!
I didn't take it either, but I gotta say, and dude, when I was coming up, like I'm older than you, Chris. Like when I was coming, like I'm 56. When I was coming up, that shit was the enemy, dude. You know what I mean? Like you just could like.
I get it. I do.
Fuck Fleetwood Mac. Fuck all of that. But
yeah, I hear you.
Going back and listening to it, that is like the best of classic rock. It is such an incredible song. What's crazy about that song is that it's like 4 different hit singles that they jammed into one song. It just keeps going through like the I See My Marianne Walking Away. Where is that song? They just do that once and then that whole thing's gone. It's like,
and it doesn't even have context. Yeah, it's wild.
It's fucking awesome. That song is like such a great construction. It's really fucking cool how they put
this is actually my take on that tune. Like the dan dan ticka ticka dan dan ticka ticka dan dan. That riff could literally scare bears away. Like if you were gonna be eaten by animals. Yeah. That's a riff I would choose. I would choose that riff, and they'd be like, "Oh wait, you're not food. You're like pretty cool, right? Like you're fine. Like this riff is clearly a cool guy riff." And like, go
ahead.
And the other thing, I didn't want to lose this because it was a big part of the conversation between Rachel and I while we were going through this list. "Let Me Take You Home Tonight," which I hope made you guys' list, is part of a genre that I've been fighting really hard to preserve. Like that's the last song on Boston Self-Titled, right? And it's a big hit, but it represents a genre that I deeply and genuinely want to preserve and like protect, which is like you and the boys getting you laid, right? Like I love any song about wanting to fuck someone, but all the boys are like singing backup vocals and like doing gang vocals and like repeating your phrases. Like you should have sex with this person. He's our friend and we love him. And like, he's really cool. Like that's like literally like Hip Hop Hooray came on, and when like they rap about like boom bam into the room and like all the boys say boom bam like you're going into the bedroom to have sex. I'm like, that's great. All of our friends should be backing us up. And like Let Me Take You Home Tonight has the boys 3-part harmonies. Let me take you home tonight. It's like yeah. This is a person I should have sex with because their friends think they're cool, and we need that back. That's all I want to say. It's really important to me. And I don't need to be on the Boston episode, but I want to say that.
Yeah. That was one of those episodes where it's like the consensus was like, oh, the first record is wall to wall like bangers. Every song's
it's
great.
Insane.
It's
so good.
That's complete shit.
Dude, like literally they were like, here is us kicking out the jams in a way that it feels effortless, but it's so curated. You know how hard it is to curate like this is okay, I'll drop the joke, right? It's also just stadium rock for blowjobs. But it's perfect. It's like it's Idiot Savant level, like when we talk about the Bouncing Souls episode about being idiot savants that just walk into writing good songs. This is a perfect rock and roll record that feels like it was done by like a band like Weezer or something, like complete like outsider art. But it was for your auntie, and she's stoked on it. It's so cool. And Smoking's a great song.
Yeah. Very cool, though. That lands, too. There you go. All right, so we're back around to me. I'm going to go with a song that I just loved. This is like just a personal Justin favorite that I didn't take Ozzy and some of the more obvious takes so I could bring this one. I'm going with Dull by Sam I Am.
One of the three.
Oh.
Did you cut?
Didn't have it.
So Dull is my number 3 of the whole year. And probably if I was to say what I think the best piece of art on this whole list is, it's Dull.
Wow.
I loved in listening back. I don't know if I clocked this, like how much like it reminded me of Gin Blossoms. Like I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, it references the Doughboys who had like owed a lot to Gin Blossoms, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
that was your panel that did the most episodes, Justin. That was John F., Chris Schultz, David, and you. You guys did 5. Cool. You guys did 5 episodes. That was the top panel.
And I think that was our best list. I think like if like I look back and like objectively look at the list we came up with, that list will get literally anyone that would like Sam I Am into Sam I Am.
Yeah, like, and Sam I Am is one of those bands, like, they're, like I talked about on the episode, they're not punk enough to be true punk. They're not indie rock enough to be indie rock. They're not emo enough to be emo. They're not alternative enough to be alternative. But they're like all of that stuff, and they put it together in this really interesting way. And like in an alternate world, they're the Foo Fighters, right?
Yeah.
But they've got an interesting career. They're still going. They're still great.
And Dave Grohl's not even hot, so you can't even make the hot argument. And I think like for me, this is a deeply difficult song to write. A pop song about forgiving your friend for killing himself. I mean, I can't imagine a more sticky thing to tackle. And they had to. Like, you could tell from this song, when you listen to it, you're like, these guys had to forgive their buddy for doing this unthinkable thing that they understand was not about them. They understand it was about him. But they tackle it in a way that makes you understand it, even if you've never been through it. And I just think I can't think of a harder topic to write a song about. And I don't want to make everybody talk about that. It's not fun, and we're here to have fun. But that's the reason why I think it's a great piece of art.
Yeah. Hey, man, both Iron Sheik and Sam I Am are alive right now in this conversation.
And I didn't take either of them.
It fucking rules that they have a good shot at making the 10. I mean, at this point, all the bin stuff is probably, because we've got enough 3s and then 2s to be the conversation. So,
hey, careful.
And we're winding down here. So, John, you're up.
All right. I've only got 4 left. So I will do the one that I have left that I was not on the panel for. Common People by Pulp.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't have it.
I don't have it because reasons, and I don't have it.
Does it have anything to do with Shatner?
No, he's fine, and Star Trek is cool. I like slow and boring TV. My favorite show ever is House.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
We'll take the
John. That's so cool you picked that. That song is really amazing to me. Like, it's just such a perfect thing. So incredible. That was a fun episode too.
Indeed.
Jenny brought the gin and tonic. It was good one.
For what it's worth, like I also agree that it's brilliant. I didn't take it. Yeah.
I love Jenny, like, has become a wild card with her play. Like, she kind of just recently returned to the fold in a heavier way. Like, she changed her play from, like, I hate to use the word timid, but like it was, she really thinks about her choices and doesn't give a fuck as much about playing the game part of it. So, like, I've really just appreciated the way she's changed the way she's played especially over 2025. So all right, Common People nabs a 2, and now this conversation's looking pretty sweaty. So Gavin.
I know Chris doesn't have it, but I'm taking fucking Requiem by Killing Joke. That was a great episode. Andrew was so good, and John, all 3 of it, John and Justin and I were on it, Chris and Andrew. I just was like feeling that episode, and Requiem is just, I think we picked the fucking right song on that one.
Again, there's like a handful that I wouldn't. So I would, this was on my short list. It didn't make my 15.
Yeah, if I was there, I would have argued for Love Like Blood. I'm super happy with this choice. This band fucking rules. Just couldn't make my 15. I'm super,
Love Like Blood was my pick.
Oh, cool.
But Requiem, I'm totally happy with.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I probably was the one that fought for Requiem, and I do have it.
Nice.
That falls under the case of band that should have gotten more acclaim and needs a boost up.
There we go.
I could literally have flipped the coin and been fine with having that in my 15. That's how much I like that song.
Oh, cool.
I just went with Pavement instead, even though I don't love that song, just because I love Pavement. You know what I mean? That's it.
It is worth noting that, like, to your point just there, Chris, most of these songs could have been that for me. Like,
Yeah, 100%, man. These are nothing here was objectively bad, even though I'm joking. Yeah,
I could have flipped a bunch of songs in at any point. So, all right, Chris.
I I am left with mostly just episodes I was on, which I was kind of scared of. I'll have it known that I did put variety. I just didn't have anybody else to agree with me on it. My next, I did a little group of the hardcore tunes, and I went with Circles by Dag Nasty, because it's formative for me and it should be there.
I don't have it, but I could have. So
Yeah,
That's the third of the three that I didn't take.
I thought that might have been the case. Yeah.
babe, I like the picture of you guys in your jackets. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was from our original last show, because they
rad.
gave us those hoodies. I don't know if I said that. And they became like the official sketchy gig outfit while our hoodies still like weren't falling apart yet. But yeah, so I'm not surprised that's a binner, but I'm glad we got to talk about it.
yeah, sometimes they do that. I don't know the vibe on this, but like, I was impressed by this artist. I feel like we did the thing, and that's why this song made my list. It was literally the last episode of 2025. I went with Lord, Greenlight.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. I don't have it.
No.
Lord's cool. I told you my story.
Yeah.
Lord's family says nice things about me on Instagram, and I appreciate that about them, but I don't have it.
Yeah. I figured that'd be the case, but I was rather impressed. Like, Lord has 4 really solid pop albums. Like, they're very good. I was rather impressed with her. Like, it's easy when you blow out of the cannon like that in pop to just kind of oversaturate and make like 6-7 records in the time frame that she's only done 4. And she just kind of really took her time. I think the first 2 probably came out relatively quickly, but I was just impressed. Like, they were all equally as good, and like some of the great stuff was truly great. And I really liked the pick that we went with Greenlight. So
That was a cool episode, because with people that just you didn't really expect to be Lord fans, and like, Anderson and Brian and
yeah.
everybody was like super into it. That was a fun listen.
Yeah. All right. So into the bin it goes. John?
All right. So thanks to Gavin, I did not realize that this was the most used panel all year. But out of the ones that we all did with me and Chris and Dave, I didn't take Sam I Am. In retrospect, I probably should have. It was very close. I didn't take Screeching Weasel. I didn't take Lifetime. I didn't take Dag Nasty, but I did take Latterman. My dreams about not sleeping until 3 p.m.
Don't have it, but I love that.
It was good. I didn't have it. That almost made my list.
It's my number 5.
Nice.
Yeah, just, they're the blueprint for a music genre that still exists, which is just bands that sound like Latterman.
Love that. Fucking, I'm stoked that Sam I Am, Iron Sheik, and Latterman each have 2 and have a shot.
It was almost like you had 2 people that would have always picked them.
Yeah. But also the first 2, one of the people you would have thought would have picked them didn't.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. That's what we're doing here, people.
So.
All right. And I'll point out that Rush has not been coming up yet. Just saying.
Gavin?
I took fucking Institutionalized by Suicidal.
Oh, fuck
just
yeah.
Greatest songs of all time. And that was a fun episode.
If I'd had 20, I would have picked it, but no.
I don't know.
I can't fuck with Suicidal. I just not for me, but no hate. I don't have it.
I'm going to do something.
Maybe one of the greatest songs about childhood ever written.
It touches on it. It hits it. It does. I can't deny that. Yeah.
I'm going to do something I never do, and I'm going to boot off a song that I had on my list, and I'm being upfront about it. to give Institutionalized a second because
Hell yeah.
it was like a coin flip anyway with the song that I just booted off. So I could have just done that and not told you guys, but integrity of the game.
Do you need a Pepsi? Can we get you a Pepsi?
Just one Pepsi. So
Okay, but I don't want to get you wrong though. Like, you're sure that's all you want? If I got it wrong, I'd be devastated.
So
Chris, you know that whole first album, and you don't fuck with it. You don't fuck with the first Suicide album.
It's hard, man. I remember like there was a guy that I went to college with that I played in a bunch of different bands with, and he only listened to New York Dolls and Suicidal Tendencies, and that was it.
Yeah, that was
And
it.
it was like it was like an old beater, and like he had 4 CDs in the car, and like one of them was the Suicidal Greatest Hits, where they re-recorded every song so they wouldn't have to pay the old members.
Ouch.
And it really stuck in my craw that they did that. It felt like the least punk thing ever. And like I'm not here to pour water on a legendary punk act, and I'm not here to tell anyone that Suicidal is not cool, because like thrash metal is sick, and the fact that thrash metal's fashion is based on this random punk band is really sick to me. But like, and I know that's dumb, but I really feel that way. That's my biggest Suicidal take. I just was really turned off by the fact that they re-recorded all their greatest hits for their record instead of just putting the old takes. I was turned off by it. Yeah.
I mean,
They did the reverse Taylor's version.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, 100%. It was the opposite reason. Yeah. So like, it just turned me off, and I never went deeper, and that's that. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Chris.
I think if anybody listened to the show, they'd know my last two. I'm left with my number 1 and my number 6. My number 6 is by one of the great groups that ever existed on the East Coast. It is Rodeo Clown by Lifetime.
Oh. No, I don't have that.
No.
Yeah, it's cool. I get it. This was Hello Bastards was it for me. Hello Bastards was the record that put me in this seat to talk to y'all. I talked about Ozzy, like heavy music became heavy music because of Black Sabbath, and I became me because of Lifetime. Yeah. So that's it. And this was a song that was about being yourself, despite the fact that being yourself doesn't get you the things you want. And I heard that sentiment as a young man, and I realized that other people think like me, and it changed my life. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, love that. I'm gonna go. It's been on both the lists that have already come out already, and we're just now getting here, so I don't like my chances. But Freaks to the Front, Amyl and the Sniffers.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay. This is definitely. I mean,
I love you, Justin.
Well, this is definitely in part.
And I love Australia.
Influenced by the numbers, like by people, by the the numbers that we did, by the episode itself. Like John said, it was easy. Like we just kind of blasted through it. It was fun. And then of course people voted for the episode. So like I definitely let that sway its way into the list. So one of us had to bring it up because of it was on the other lists. So into the bin it goes. I ain't hurt by it. John.
All right, this is actually my last one. So after this, I'm out, and it's Slow Dive, When the Sun Hits.
No.
Nope.
Obviously great, but I don't have it either. That's a great song. I'm not gonna.
That was a cool episode with you and Adam, with you guys and Adam. That was really good.
And then Jamie from Australia as well. It was like it's the first episode he's done without Josh, which was interesting. Like it's usually him and Josh are my Aussie boys, and we just turn stuff around every couple months. But all right, so that's it for unanimous. We can't get anything else through unanimous. I told you, Chris, that's how it was gonna go.
Well,
I'm blown away by that.
It was Big Star last year, right? That was the only one, and Pavement this year. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Gavin.
Well, the Aussie boys, Jamie and Josh, were your second most. The panel that had the second most. I wanted to shout them out. Their first episode this year, I knew this was going to the bin, but they took a band called Temples.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They did a song called Shelter Song, which to me threw me back to the Paisley Underground in LA in the 80s, like super lysergic, Indian instruments, It's just a really cool song, and I liked them on that episode, so I took it.
In hindsight, basically I had it down to Shelter Song or Sunshine, and I went with Sunshine because Sunshine hits my spot better.
Yeah.
I don't have Shelter Song, but I did another pass the other day, just listening to stuff, and I was like, man, should I figure out space for Shelter Song, because it deserves somebody to bring it up at least. I was worried that nobody would, which is why I didn't take both. So
yeah,
I love that it came up.
And I wonder if we chose Sunshine instead of Dull for Sam I Am, if Sunshine by Sam I Am would have made this list.
Oh yeah, who knows?
Because I think we got super cute by picking Dull, and I prefer it. But Sunshine, also much like Dull, is a song that's a really difficult thing to write about. It's literally just taking the perspective of a fuckboy, but making it not problematic, and it works.
Yeah.
And again, the two biggest Sam I Am songs are two things nearly impossible to write about, yet they nail it, right?
Yeah.
And I was sitting here thinking while I was listening to this list, I know I'm gonna get binned when I put up Dull, even though it wasn't a bin, but I that's how I felt. But I wonder if we put Sunshine instead, and you mentioned the other Sunshine, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Would it have made it? And I'm not sure, if I'm honest.
Who knows? Yeah. These things are such a crapshoot. It's rare that everybody agrees even on one song. So to me, it's by design. It's built this way that more songs get talked about. So it's what's wild to me this year is that we have so many 2s and 3s. That doesn't usually happen. So. All right, Chris.
All right, well, this is my last tune, and I'm gonna be completely just myself here. We're gonna talk about the real New York hardcore. So if you're not true, just turn this off. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds. Cool. Now that it's just me and y'all, "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant" by Billy Joel, my number one for the year. Just the greatest hardcore song of all time, and. I just started drinking white wine this year, so I actually found a new way to react to this song. I didn't really know before.
I got it.
Yeah.
I don't have it. That was a really good episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a lot of the part of that for me was the episode. It's funny because I started off the episode saying I kept breaking Chris because I kept going, we got to give this guy his flowers, and he's like, we got
You killed me. You killed me with that. I think I googled it quickly, every award he's ever won.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's dead. I'm about to end his show.
But my point remains. It is funny.
No, it did, and I think I tried to make that point. Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. How clearly he's not underrated, but there is this underdog thing about him. And I fucking love that, and that
I'll give you my theory. Okay, and I think I did enough talking about Billy Joel on that episode, and I'll sit for itself. But it's easy to hear a Billy Joel song and be like, oh, this is a really fun tune with a great idea, and it's a singer-songwriter that's talking to me without being pretentious, and is seeing me on the level. And also, is a serviceable singer. Now, he's not. He's actually a brilliant singer, but he has a way of not showing off that makes you feel like he's just serviceable. And also, the music is interesting enough that it's not just a 145 pop song. But then you realize that he did it for over a dozen albums, over 3 decades. And all of a sudden, this is not just a guy that can write the cute song about meeting with your friend to talk about how your old friends from high school got fat. He's actually a guy that understands the way humans interact with each other. And is able to give you a viewpoint on it that is not necessarily new. It's to make you realize that basically we're all living the same human experience. And I genuinely feel that deeply about Billy's music. So there you go.
Nice.
Well, we only do 80s Joel here, so.
Sir.
That was a one?
No, it was a 2. It was 2.
Okay.
And sometimes it's hard too, keeping the faith.
Yeah. What did I do? Anthony's song didn't make it. Like, I got binned right off the bat. I was like, oh, this is gonna be that kind of episode.
Oh, see, if you had gone with the Downeaster Alexa, you would have gotten a vote.
I don't think I had Downeaster Alexa, although that was one of my childhood favorites.
Hell yeah, I had that tape when I was 11.
Dude, the 90s were a thing. And you know what? Buddy
That was the
had
80s,
a little
dude.
resurgence.
88, 89.
Downeaster Alexa's later, isn't it?
No, I think it's late 80s.
No, man, that's not Nylon Curtain. That's the other one with fire on the front. Stormfront. Stormfront was from when? Hold on.
Stormfront.
Come on, hold on. Stormfront, Billy. Now I don't mean to Google Live, Justin. That is 1989. 1989. You are correct, and I am incorrect.
Yeah.
So but I was born in '86, so that makes perfect sense. I think we didn't start the fire was the big hit from that, right? And
yeah.
I Go to Extremes had a moment because it sounded kind of like Michael Bolton. Which, by the way, I Go to Extremes, best Michael Bolton song ever. If Billy Joel sold that to Michael Bolton, he wouldn't be a joke. Take that to the bank. Yeah. I'm totally serious.
Yeah.
Imagine Michael Bolton performing I Go to Extremes. He would be a legitimate rock star.
There you go.
And it's just a song for Billy. All right, Michael. Okay.
All right, so I got 2 left. I'm just gonna bounce them off you, Gavin, before you empty out whatever you got left, since the boys are out. Again, this is one where it was something we hadn't covered before and not well represented. How about Dance to the Music, Sly and the Family Stone?
No, I don't have it. That was a good episode, and Sly, there was a lot of attention on him. There was that documentary, and happened, and yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and then last but not least, again, this was just based on where I feel like we did the thing. This was a artist I ended up enjoying a lot more than I probably thought I would have. I went with Bon Iver, Holocene.
Oh, I didn't take that. That was a cool episode, and it was cool. You were really you were good on that episode, Justin.
Oh,
I expected to like that song, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into him.
Yeah, I expected to like it because of what I know about him, and did nothing for me.
Interesting artist, and that came out in the episode.
Yeah,
the things that are cool about him that are.
Also on the Sly and Family Stone, I also adore soul music, and if you want to do some more of that, come my way, baby. If you want to do Ann Peebles, come on, let's do Ann Peebles.
I think he's from Oakland, California. I think he's from Oakland. I think he's from here.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. What do you got left there, Gavin? You should be dwindling down too, right?
I knew this was going to be a binner, but I wanted to call attention to this band. I picked the Triffids, another Australian band.
Dude, that shit was sick. That song's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wide Open Road. Adam was so good on that episode, and Wide Open Road is an alternative national anthem in Australia. It's a really big song, and the Triffids are on the cover of Mojo this month magazine. Not their picture, but they have an article on them, which is wild. They're so obscure, and they don't have anything out. There's not some box set or something. Crazy band, crazy story, tortured artist. Died super fucking young, tragic, really great songwriter. So just wanted to shout out.
I do remember that when I first got this list from you, this was one of the first ones that stood out to me as something that I should check out that I didn't know. And the record was just too long.
Yeah.
Over a half hour in, I wasn't even half done. Am I wrong about that? I think it's longer than an hour.
Yeah. Born Sandy Devotional is a long record.
Yeah, so that was my only reason why I didn't go further. I will be going further, but I just didn't realize. Yeah,
I would check out the list that we did. They have a lot of stuff that's difficult, but I think we put together a really good fucking tenor on that. So
yeah,
start there.
Yeah, we talked about doing. Oh Jesus, the Minutemen, and I feel the exact same way.
We're gonna talk about that. I've already got the list ready.
Because I'm terrified about
I know you needed
I'm not
some
going to come
time,
with
so I was going to throw it out.
Yeah, I'm not going to come with any pop sensibility on that. Like, I'm just going to go straight up with Minutemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get ready for a list of 300 30-second songs, Justin. It's going to be rad.
I trimmed it down to 80, but it was tough.
You're going to dig it, Justin. It's going to be great.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's the three of you guys. All right, I'm into that.
And I know already you're going to feel like exactly this. You're going to be like, well, I really enjoyed this project, but it was a project. That's how you're gonna feel.
And my last song, I fucking took my girlfriend's dead. I love the Vandals episode. It was so fun.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. Dude, that song's incredible. I couldn't take a joke song. I if I was being honest about the song I enjoy the most, it's in the top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just a big fan of the first EP. Like you guys talked about that. Like I didn't know. Like my Vandals is like when they were a hardcore band, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't really know like everything that kind of happened, which was interesting when you guys were talking about pop punk, you know, like they kind of like were one of the first to kind of do something in that way. Like they were kind
it's
of
even harder to convince people that like not only did they change and like the hardcore stuff is fine. Like I think I said on the episode, like there's nothing wrong with it. Like I can see why they were scene staples, like, you know?
Yeah. Pat Brown and fucking Anarchy Burger, all that shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's great. But it definitely was what it was. Like they were just like a part of their scene, and like they were a pillar in their scene. And then eventually they became these like kind of genius pop songwriters with irreverent, actually funny humor, you know?
Yeah.
Like objectively, My Girlfriend's Dead, not a funny joke. The song, hilarious, right? It's weird, you know?
Even from the beginning, though, they were different in that they were so silly and so stupid and pulling really dumb faces. And like, they were kind of like an early Blink, you know, in that way. So they were, you could see it all. Their story makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Justin, as a big Blink guy, how do you feel about that? That's a great point you just made, by the way, Gavin. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. It's, you can tell. Oftentimes I can tell in some of the bands that we've done, and I usually bring it up when it kind of strikes me. Sometimes, there's some bands that we turn around so fast that it just doesn't come up in conversation. But I may have to. I've done 50 bands since then, so I may have to refresh my Vandals list, but there was a good handful of bands that I feel like predated Blink that you could tell Tom probably listened to.
Oh yeah, Vandals and Descendants are the biggest too, right? I mean,
1,000%.
Yeah. And Stiff Little Fingers, right? That's the other thing he claimed.
Yeah.
And you could hear it. I'm not being sarcastic. I love Blink. I know I'm sounding like a dick. I love Blink-182.
A couple quick notes before we start finishing this list off. Pink Floyd was never going to be anywhere near my list.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
It'll be for different reasons.
I'm gonna stop around my apartment while you talk. Goodbye.
It'll be for different reasons than you, Chris. But I can't, in good conscience, that the panel was great. I loved listening to them talk about why they loved the band. But my time with Pink Floyd was miserable. It was.
Wow! The entire world found out about weed, and we also just happen to have guitars.
It was.
Fuck off. Also, England in general.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
They always tell you there's a catch, a compromise, an asterisk. Terms apply. See store for details. May be less than advertised. May vary by mood. Probably. Sprite Zero Sugar? It's different. It's the lemon lime flavored refreshment you want with zero sugar. So, no fast voice? No caveats. Just refreshment. This is Sprite Zero Sugar. Obey your thirst.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's get hard. It's 2026. No more England.
But
we don't need the hold steady. We don't need the UK. It's over.
But that episode was not fun for me. Like, again, the conversation was fun, but like my time with them was not fun. And then the list pissed me off because like we ended up with like 13 or 14 songs on a 10-song list. And like the reasoning for it made sense to me, but it's like trying to cram that band into an episode was dumb from the start. Like we shouldn't have done it.
Justin, can I just float this to you? And I'll stop. I'm not going to do this anymore. But like, don't you feel like Pink Floyd is the musical equivalent of trying to get your dad's approval?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, oh, people just go like, I like Pink Floyd because they know Dad will be like, you know what? That's a band. You know, I know that band. You know, they write really slow, boring songs about dreams. You know, like
you're 15 years old, son. It's time you start getting pretentious about Pink Floyd.
Thank you. And this is why we don't need it. It's not necessary. We've outgrown Pink Floyd. And I think like if they were here today, which they might not be dead, I don't know. I don't know the expectancy of a 1960s British man, but I feel like it's probably not alive, right? I feel like we're dead. If they were here today, they'd tell you, yeah, we're not, you don't need me. That's what Pink Floyd would tell you. Pink Floyd himself, all right, would tell you right now while playing an unnecessary and also like for like half a measure out of time guitar solo. They'd be like, yeah, you don't need me, babe. You guys are doing fine. Yeah. You got Billy Joel. You know,
they're one of the most overrated bands of all time.
Yes, although I will throw out a fucking caveat that they had an early guy in the band, Chris, named Sid Barrett, who is kind of like the Brian Jones of the band. He was like the songwriter, and he fucking got mentally ill super early and blew out on acid and like
legitimately a weird fucked up person.
All right, so there was a real dude. There was a real dude.
Yeah, and the early pictures of him, he's wearing fucking like coal black eyeliner and like he's a freak, right?
Yeah, so they were trying something. Yeah, I get it. It came from somewhere.
His first solo album is called The Madcap Laughs, and it's fucking insane, and it's like so good. But anyway, and
I'm doing it. I'm pulling it up. All right, I got a whole ass fucking subway ride tomorrow to listen to this. Cool. So,
Volbeat was another one that was never going to make my list. Has nothing to do with the song. I am happy that we finally got to record it. I feel bad for that band because I feel like I ended up accidentally shitting on them. They're fine, but like the fact that it took me 3 years, I think, to finally get it in the can really kind of. There's some bands where it's like the band is so good, it's like okay, I can wait, but it's like Volbeat is not that. They're perfectly fine for what they do, but like it took way too long to get to it. I'm happy that we finally did get to it. I feel like we got a really good list, a very good episode out of it, but it just, again, just bad time, like trying to get that one together.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
Are they named after the Pokemon?
I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna try to confirm this right now. If so, they're all right.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
I mean, I'm not even a Pokemon fan, but I feel like that's so dumb that it's the name Volbeat originates from a combination of the world's volume and beat. Oh. So, no, they're not. They have nothing to give. Denmark's, I'm sure, a lovely place. You know, I'm sure people have gone there and enjoyed it.
Yeah. And you know, other than that, like I feel like I wouldn't have batted an eye at most of the other songs if they would have come up. You know, I would have been like, okay, I get that. Like. Most of the other ones I probably wouldn't have gone to bat for, but you know,
was there anything else anybody felt like was missing though? Like would really killed you to kill?
That's a good question, eh? What do you guys think?
What's the question?
No, was there anything that like really killed you to not have in your 15? Like,
oh, I just couldn't make it in.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, I think just the ones that I mentioned.
Yeah.
For me, it was definitely the Killing Joke tune. Just because I knew that if it was any other song, I would have put it. You know.
I like the Latterman song. That was my last cut. My dreams about not sleeping until 3 a.m.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you dug it. Yeah. because they're not accessible. Like I'm not going to stump for them. You know, like it's just a blueprint that people have run with, and you could hear it when you listen to it, right? Like these four dorks just unlocked a thing that the rest of the world is used to make pop punk, and I should say melodic hardcore because that's what it is. Like people have taken that formula and ran with it, and it's like, here's your blueprint, and we're gonna fade off and do other bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will be fighting for Reviver next year though.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, man! I won't leave. I'm so glad that you had that take on them, Justin. Although spoilers, jeez. I'm so glad that when we talk about Reviver, we'll find out your take.
Reviver is out. That episode's out, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
So just like I just said, I'm so glad everyone knows. Yeah.
All right, so let's start getting to work here. Summer Babe by Pavement is in already. It's the one that we got in. So let's talk about these threes first. So we've got Mets, Hold Steady, Duran Duran, and Cheap Trick. I know Chris's thoughts on Hold Steady, but I mean, taking all of them takes us up to 5. It still gives us plenty of room for 5 other songs. I think
if I get Surrender, I won't say a word.
I mean, it's a 3, so like Gavin was the holdout on Surrender. I mean,
Gavin, what do you say?
Yeah, let's trade Chris.
All right,
Surrender for the Hold Steady.
All right.
Hey, you know what? I'll say something nice about the Hold Steady. How's that?
Sure.
I do think it's the kind of music that would inspire a young kid that wants to say something to the world, to say, I could pick up a guitar and find a really skinny guy in an ugly jacket to play like weird piano parts behind it, and I can talk my take and I can say it to people. So I think there's a place for this music. It simply is not in a popular band. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a stump here for I was the odd man out on Hungry Like the Wolf, and that played out exactly like I thought it would. Everybody else would have it, so it's silly to act like it doesn't belong in. So let's grab that.
And also, like, I was correct that should have been a 4.
Yeah, I mean, again, like,
yeah.
looking at some of the choices I made, sure, like, I don't know.
I think we've universally accepted that the entire world thinks new wave is cool.
I never
like any niche genre person's like, you know what, new wave's all right.
Yeah,
not when it's happening. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then that just leaves us with Mets, A Boat to Drown In. I will possibly cry if it doesn't.
Take it.
Okay, good.
Take it. Good song. Good song. Very good song. Yeah.
It literally is one of my favorite songs. It's probably my favorite song that I've come across doing this show, period.
I did not mean to make you think like people don't want that there. I'm literally the only person that didn't want it, dude. You don't have to stump for it.
So there we go. That gets us to 5. And so now we can start looking at these 2s.
Can you give me the 5, babe?
All right, the ones that are in. Summer Babe obviously was all the way through. Then we got Mets, A Boat to Drown In, The Hold Steady, Stay Positive, Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, Cheap Trick, Surrender. And I feel like we've got a good cross-section too, because, I mean, we got the one unanimous, we got like one of my favorites, we got a good message, we got a good panel, and then we got another just good song, good panel. With the
Can we get a punk song in there?
I feel like that was going to be my next thing. Is like we have to have representation from that panel, right? The panel that did the most.
It's either Sam I Am or Latterman, probably.
I will fight. Oh boy, this is tough. I'm going to go Sam I Am, even though it's it's less important to me, but I want people to hear that song and realize. That we can touch on topics that are tough and do it
like you said, it's like it's art.
Yeah,
like that.
It really is to me.
I agree.
Yeah. Dull is brilliant, and it's yeah.
What do you think about that one, Gavin?
I'm fine with that. I liked the Latterman song a lot better, but that's fine. I think we should have that panel represented.
All right. So let's go with Sam I Am. Dull.
How about Sam I Am? Look at that.
Let's fucking go, babe. Yep.
Good job.
Yep.
All right. Is there
They're still playing. Go see them.
Yeah.
It's not expensive.
What's jumping out at you, Gavin? Like, what are?
I think we need pulp. I think we need common people in there. That would be my pick.
I'm with it.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I would. Yeah. Like, yeah. Boom and boom.
How about the church? I'll fight for the church.
Hell yeah.
That was going to be the next one I said.
That song stood out to me, but I didn't think it was amazing, but I won't fight against it. What other threes are there? Could I fight for one?
We don't have any other threes. We're looking at
All right.
twos now.
Hit me with twos.
All right. So if we're taking common people,
We have two left, correct?
I think we have three.
We got three left.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we've got 7 Seconds, Young Till I Die, The Church Under the Milky Way, Sponge, Molly, Ozzy, Crazy Train, Flight of the Conchords, Hippopotamus and Rhinoceros, Paul Simon, Me and Julio, Iron Sheik, Cutesy Monster Man, Killing Joke, Requiem. We already laid down Latterman. Latterman is still alive if we really want to, but Suicidal Tendencies, Institutionalized, Billy Joel, Scenes from Italian Restaurant, and that's our last one.
So I'm stuck between two things. I want to get representation for the stuff we did this year. And I actually think Cutesy Monster Man's a better song than My Dreams, but it's the same damn songwriter, and My Dreams is part of him creating the blueprint. So I'm going to stump for Latterman just because I feel like we really could change some young person's perspective on there being art that speaks to them by letting somebody hear this song. I don't think the zeitgeist is pushing Latterman on kids, despite the fact that they're still in bands that are doing things, like by evidenced by the fact we did an Iron Sheik show and we did a Reviver show, and they were both really easy shows to do. I'm gonna stump for Latterman just because I think that's why I'm here. I think I'm part of this community because I am gonna force people to acknowledge that bands like that exist.
What do you think, Gavin?
Yeah, I liked the Iron Sheik song slightly better than the Latterman song, but but I'm going to defer to Chris. I mean, his proximity to that scene is like, like he should make the choice out of that.
And like I agree with you, man. I think it's a better song. I really do. I think Cutesy Monster Man there's an argument that it's better than anything Latterman put out, but it's not as important.
Gotcha.
Well, keep in mind that we're getting Reviver on next year, so we're going to talk about him again.
Yeah.
That's true. So this will come up, and 100%. It's not Phil though, and I wanted to give Phil his flowers because like Phil was the dude that pushed the sound, and like literally the Long Island sound was born from it. And like these days Jeff Rosenstock's a huge rock star, but like he's got a 0% chance of being a rock star without Latterman. Am I right? Like,
oh, for sure.
Like, and
I mean,
and
yeah,
like,
Latterman's like we talked about on an episode, like they're one of they carried the torch, like punk rock in the like DIY punk rock, like they took that thing and ran with it, and like they toured around and like they came down and played here and like said like those guys slept in my apartment, like they were super cool. Yeah, I mean, they're a super important band.
So I just think that's what I would push for, and I know it's a super nostalgic pick for me, and I know that I'm hitting you guys on the feels, but I just feel like Latterman still has something to say to young people that just think things could be better. But also, I kind of get this whole meathead thing where like we could just have fun and ignore the world, but we can do it in a way where we're still being cognizant of the fact that we are human beings living the human experience and other people exist. Yeah. And I think it's a hard thing to do. I think nobody does it, and we're lucky to have bands still doing it.
I'm with it, man.
Hear me out. We got 3 left. Let's do Latterman, The Church, and Failure.
Well,
both of those songs were massive things for me
when
I was listening to this list. I will say it's tough for me to not talk about Ozzy right now.
Well,
that's fair.
All right, so
yeah, I agree with what you said, John. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so let's take Latterman, let's take The Church for sure, and let's talk about song 10 because I'm on board with Failure, but I'm also okay with not taking Failure if song 10 has to be a Peter episode. It fucking has to be.
What did he want? What do you think?
My inclination would be Failure, but
then I want that.
But he also loved the fuck out of Ozzy, and he was on that, and it's still around. He was also on the Sponge episode. So, like, if we want to play within the rules, Sponge and Ozzy are still alive, but my inclination is that Failure would be the one that... It sounds like everybody agrees with Under the Milky Way, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Let's take The Church at number 9. But I will put my foot down here. Number 10 has to be a Peter episode. It fucking has to.
Totally.
Well, let me just say what I think. I had other thoughts there too. I think based off the things we said, and I've just been making notes about how much things came up. The only 2 songs we haven't looked at that everybody was really jazzed on were Silver Jews and Killing Joke. Can we say those are gone? We were all really, and Emil and the Sniffers, but I made fun of it. It's not bad. Those 3 songs were the ones that were mentioned the most. Are we throwing those out?
Yeah, those were all binners anyway. So
that's what we like. The 4 of us have.
Too, but like,
yeah,
I would pick,
we talked about it glowingly.
Church over Killing Joke.
Yeah.
If it came down to those 2.
Yeah. I have the ones that we threw out, and I've just been putting check marks next to when one of the 4 of us says a glowing thing, and Killing Joke and Silver Jews got the most.
Yeah. Killing Joke, yeah, you're right, was a 2, but the other 2 were binned. So, Emil and the Sniffers and Silver Jews.
So, if we agree we're throwing those out, I think we're only talking about the songs you've brought up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I mean, again, if we want to play within the rules, I think, it'd be interesting to put... There's a couple different, ways to approach it, because we lost Ozzy last year. Like, it would make sense to put Ozzy as number 10 as Peter's episode.
But Ozzy doesn't need us.
Ozzy absolutely does not need us. He doesn't.
Failure might.
Right now, he doesn't need anything. He's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we need to worry about what Ozzy needs. Yeah, Ozzy's estate's going to be fine. They got a whole reality show. I think we owe the fact that we're here talking about hard rock to Ozzy Osbourne. And again, I'm not going to talk about what Peter wanted more between the 2 songs, because both are great, and I'm fine with whatever we choose. I'm just going to say, like, this is it, right? You did the Ozzy episode right after he passed away, and it was kismet, and quite literally, hard rock was invented by this guy and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm going to say, and I am fine with what the choice is.
So, to me, again, I'm open to all 3. Again, it just has to be a Peter episode. Again, my inclination is that he would want Failure. And I let off with that for a reason. I mean, putting my own personal feelings about the song aside, but it was going to be my number 2 play anyway, because it was my second favorite. It's one of those bands that should have been in my life, like, the whole time. But I feel like Sponge at least nabbed 2 people. So if we're going to play within the rules, Sponge kind of lives, like, sound-wise, like, just before what Failure was doing.
I felt like it was way more interesting to me as an outsider. Like, Sponge was like, it wasn't ADHD theater. It was really tight art, but it was way more interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think, Gavin?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot. Okay, I like the Peter thing. It's really good. I feel like I don't give a fuck about Ozzy. Just throwing that out there. I never have. But, like, it is weird that they both, the synchronicity of that. I feel like Peter's best performance on those 3 episodes was on the Ozzy episode, but I'm not going to vote for Ozzy because, again, he doesn't need us. I think that my favorite song of those three is the Sponge song, but Justin, I think it's cool for you to have a pick. It's like you give us a pick, like, well, what do you really want? We get to kind of all throw in our last thing. And like from the very beginning of the show, you were really feeling the failure song. And you also think that that may be the one that Peter picked if he was here. So fucking let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
the
agree.
move. I'm convinced, yeah.
Oh man, I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
You just pulled a John.
That's amazing. How's it feel to be the fourth quarter hero?
I miss my friend.
I know, man.
Yeah, man.
I know, man.
It's brutal.
And you know what? It's a gift. It's a gift that we're old enough to lose friends. Like, not everybody gets to be old enough for that. But it doesn't make it easy. And this world is really dark. And when you find people that make it a little brighter, it's impossible to rationalize the fact that they can go away. Yeah. And I'm so glad he could touch people, and I'm glad we can honor him with this. And I that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for doing that.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't think that was happening tonight. Oh boy.
Let's go, Justin. Let's go, dude.
All
Let's
right.
go, man. Yeah. Come on, show them the real shit. This is great. This is good.
Okay, let's run this down. We did it. All right. Pavement, Summer Babe, Mets, A Boat to Drown In, The Hold Steady, Stay Positive, Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, Cheap Trick, Surrender, Sam I Am, Dull, Pulp, Common People, Latterman, My Dreams About Not Sleeping Until 3 p.m., The Church Under the Milky Way, and for you, Peter, Failure, Stuck on You.
Let's go. Let's go.
Whew. All right, let me try and wrap this up. Maybe a 46-year-old man blubbering into a microphone is your jam. If that's the case, then boy, are you in the right place. Patreon.com/ohhi Justin is a great way to support the program. I would appreciate that a lot. It's $1 a month that can get you in the door. And it gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world. It gets you the after the fact conversation that we're not having because it's included in the best of episodes. But just go in there and you can hear all the after the facts. We did everything. I feel like we covered the gamut on 2025. We lost a dear friend, and Peter, you're always going to be on our minds. We're a podcast. Subscribe, rate, comment. It feels really gross to be doing these things as I just cried about my friend. Like it, but you know what the fuck we are, and you know how the fuck to subscribe to it. So with that, deprogrammed. Best of 25. Learn them and love them, people, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.